see what we've got. Gotta be careful. It's whole. This is absolutely amazing.
Welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and drop a comment. It helps out a lot. Today, I'm at the site of a frontier-era military fort. This place saw all kinds of activity in the 1870s. I've got permission to excavate the grounds in search of artifacts. This could get really good, you guys. Based on some old maps, the fort stood either out in this field or in this overgrown woods. What I'm going to do is set out some markers in the most likely areas and work out from there. This is one of the most historic pits I've been in. Down about a foot, we're just getting into some wood ash I believe could be a use layer. We found a good few early artifacts, some of the earliest from the valley. Look at that. Some machine cut square nails. We've got some ironstone china fragments that looks like a water pitcher. Also got this pipe bowl. Could be European made. Some yellowware and a very, very old bottle. I wonder if these pieces fit together. This could have actually been Army issued, maybe issued by the United States Army Hospital Department. But just down here, you'll see the wood ash. Here's the top. It's what looks like an Army medical bottle. And you see all these specks. Those are undigested seeds. This is an old outhouse pit. This is remarkable. This is, as I mentioned, one of the earliest areas of settlement in this part of the country. All right, here is a European-made ale bottle. It's got to be from the 1860s or 1870s. There's no pontil mark on it. I don't believe it predates the Civil War. There's plenty of rotted wood. I wonder if it's possible this could be bracing for the pit. Looks like it goes in an east-west direction. Looks like possibly some burned wood as well. I'm just saving every last fragment I can find. I'm going to try to reconstruct this stuff. Looks like the wood ash layer must have been used as a cap for the pit. And just underneath it's the use layer. Whoa. That may actually be a U.S. Army Hospital Department bottle. That's an applied top. Could be an early patent medicine as well. I mentioned an applied top, so this early manufacturing process, the tops had to be applied separately while the bottle was molten. So when they applied them, sometimes the glass would drip down from the lip, give it that drippy appearance. Some refer to those as drippy tops. May have a whole piece here. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. Does that have a pontil scar on the bottom? That's possible. It's got a glass stopper. This thing is early. Looks like could it be a turn mold piece? Hard to say. But first time it's been opened in a very long time. I don't see any glass company marks on it, but I think that is a pontil scar on the bottom there. Pontil scar is from a early glass manufacturing process where they put the bottle on a rod, a pontil rod, to form the top. When they broke the rod off, it left the pontil mark. They stopped making bottles like that generally by the Civil War. That's a European ale bottle, I believe. Early glass, look at all that whittle. The whittle's all the ripples in it there. Looks like there's some good bubbles too. We're definitely getting into a layer. Whoa. That looks like a key mold. Potentially. Could have been a United States Army Hospital Department bottle. Looks like a couple bottles here. Here we go. There it is. USA Hospital Department. That's something else. Looks like they broke the top when they pried the cork out. Right there. United States Army Hospital Department. This was made for the Union Army during the Civil War. When the war ended, they sent the supplies out to the frontier, but this fort was here at the time. And another little, I call these personal dose bottles. If you look really close, they're usually faintly embossed, and there it is. It's really hard to see. I'll put it up close. USA Hospital Department. That's another Civil War piece. Fortunately, my camera guy is a gun collector and identified this. It is a Burnside carbine case from the Civil War era. I had never seen one of these before. It's tarnished. It's actually made out of brass. Remarkable. Yeah, it must be a chamber pot. Look at all this ironstone. Oh yeah, definitely part to a chamber pot. Now what kind of stamp do we have on it? That is an old one. It's got the unicorn. Meakin Brothers and Company. I believe that's 1860s or 70s. You can see here's the rim of it. Chamber pot is basically an indoor toilet. Back before there was indoor plumbing in a building. Solid use layer. You can see that brown color. I wonder if this is a mason jar of some sort. I don't see any embossing on it yet. Layer. I'm trying to see what this is here. Looks like a broken bottle, but it's hard to say for sure. Well, that is a very old liquor flask. So, see these points on it. I believe they call this a knife edge or coffin flask for its shape. Looks like a Victorian coffin. And more pieces of the chamber pot. ironstone china. Maybe I'll be able to reconstruct it. And there's the top of the liquor flask. It was too old, so it's probably late 1870s. It's got to be. I think the fort closed in the late 1870s. And looks like maybe a pencil for a slate board. And a bottle. Wow. That's got to be Army issued. I think I've seen these before with US stamped on the shoulder. This has got a glass stopper in it. Likely a Army issued medical bottle. Plenty of broken windows. Chamber pot fragments. Some kind of brass piece whenever you're digging a fort. These always stand out. Sometimes you can find belt buckles and ammunition cartridge pieces. This is some kind of container, possibly. And some bricks. Here we go. What's this? Some kind of ointment pot. Hopefully we can find the lid. They usually are fairly ornate. We might have some of it in here. That's part of a penny pipe, I believe. Huh. Yeah, no markings on bottom. This is early. Look at that. So this is a pie crust lamp chimney. Looks like the ridges of a pie, hence the name. Looks like it broke. Maybe the lamp fell. They were maybe lighting the flame and it tipped over. But the wider the ridges are, generally the earlier the lamp chimney is. This is definitely 1860s or 70s. And another bottle. What's that? You know, gold doesn't tarnish, and it looks like there's a gold color in there. It's definitely some kind of necklace. Is it clasp right there? Is it a bracelet? Aha. Must be the chain to a pocket watch. I think that could be gold. It's gotta be gold. Look at that. That's gold.
bottle is wedged in here. Hopefully all this stuff protected it all these years. Boot polish. So I've dug these on several military forts, tooled top. That's yeah, some kind of polish, or they called it blacking back in the day. Kept their boots shiny. Looks like another one of those, yep. Meakin. Ironstone china. Yeah, could it be a chamber pot? It's definitely ironstone china. Anything inside of it? Let's see. Yeah, some broken windows. Big surprise. Cool piece. It's cobalt blue. Looks like it may be a U.S. Army Hospital Department bottle. A piece of a pipe. Looks like, this might actually be a citrate of magnesia. Let's see what we've got. Gotta be careful. It's whole and an applied top. Citrate of magnesia. This is absolutely amazing. Look at that thing. That is truly amazing. It's like WM's William McCully Glass Company. Maybe that's Pittsburgh. That's beautiful. It's got to be 1870s. Here we go. Another boot polish. Now, can we read any of the label? Looks like okay, I have an idea. gloss. That's all I can read on it. It's amazing even part of that label survived though. Yeah, definitely a polished bottle with a gloss on it. And a 4570 casing. Look at that. I think that, yeah, that's an applied top. It's got some metallic stuff inside of it. And a key mold bottom, look at that. It's got to be 1870s. We've got a few pieces down here, it looks like. Yeah. Well, maybe all the bottles ended up on this side. There's a button. Plenty of glass. Oh. Another boot polish. Looks like the same label. Must have been a popular product. Tool top. Wow. So this looks like an early type of prescription bottle, would be my guess. A very early one. Predates the Philadelphia Oval. McCully Glassworks. Like I said, I think that's out of Philadelphia. Looks like the pit keeps going. So this could be a slate board or a slate shingle. I'm leaning towards a slate board. I'm not sure if any of the buildings out here would have had slate shingles. It was the frontier. Okay, another piece to that Meek and Ironstone thing, and this may be part 2 breast pump. Ironstone China. Or it may have a patent medicine. This could get interesting. Makes me wonder what they were having shipped out here. That's an applied top, very early. Oh wow. There it is. L&W. That's Lorenz and Whiteman. I believe they were out of business in 1874. I found some of those, I think in Yankton, South Dakota, and at the Shadow Creek Stage Station out in Bonham County, South Dakota. They were shipped all over the US though. Some more of that slate board possibly. And it's like part of a canning jar, fruit jar of some sort. I wonder if you have any writing on it. Not that I see, but it's definitely a key mold bottom with a 154. The pit continues down. Another looks like a little personal dose type bottle. 3-piece mold. I don't believe this one will be embossed with a hospital department. Yeah, these ones usually aren't. Yeah, that's a 3-piece mold, little personal dose type bottle. Could have been from the Forts Hospital. Oh, look at that. Is that... This might actually be milk glass. Yeah, that's pressed glass. I think some kind of a shaving mug or a coffee cup. What do we have here? Lubin. Perfumer Paris. So with this being a fort, this was probably it's a rough bottom on it. What do we have? Okay, there's no poncho. It was likely some kind of cologne. Maybe some kind of patent medicine or flavoring extract. Damaged bottle. Manufacturer. Oh, Steel and Price. This was a Price's flavoring extract. A very, very early one. Yes, Steel and Price went out of a partnership early. Price's special flavoring extracts or delicious flavoring extracts. Manufacturer, Steel and Price. Looks like some kind of maybe flavoring extract or prescription bottle. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's an oldie. You can see that thin lip on it right there. That's an old flavoring extract. It's got a NB&C. I believe that's Nelson Baker and Company. I can't say for sure. It's got to be a 1870s bottle. Some kind of paneled bottle. Maybe a patent medicine, maybe a flavoring extract. Let's see. The ground is very hard packed. Likely from tractors driving over this over the years. Another very old, what do we have? Gillette's. Chemical Works, Chicago. Got to be a 1870s bottle. Gillette's. I think they had a owl on a moon logo later on. I found the bottom, untouched, undisturbed yellow clay. Looks like another boot polish bottle, possibly. Oh yeah. That's right on bottom. Tooled top piece. Now all I have left to do is collapse in the sides.
pit's done. Here's the hull. I concluded this was an outhouse pit used by the fort during the 1870s. It was an amazing glimpse into early settlement around here. Got that lamp chimney, cold cream container, citrate of magnesia, the boot polish, flavoring extract, piles of broken ironstone china, mainly chamber pots. Got some kind of oxen shoe, a lamp piece, toiletries, pipes, pharmaceuticals, including those 2 USA Hospital Department bottles, that early prescription, and a patent medicine. There you have it. We'll get it filled back in.